Hello, Cepheus here, yet again with another game of Starbow, and this time it will be on Fighting Spirit, and in the top left corner we're gonna have barcode. Now who is this barcode, you may say? Well, this barcode is none other than Tasteless, and Byleth even commentating on it, as Tasteless I think had been on a winning streak when he was playing this. I hope you're on fire soon. Whoa, Tasteless, that responds. Wow. So be him. Okay, so Tesla's gonna go for a... Oh, Byleth is on fire. Oh, it was positive. Sorry. Of course that was positive. What am I saying? Cepheus. How dare you. Okay, in the top right corner, his opponent going to be Byleth. Byleth is number 1 on Starbow ladder at the moment. And sorry, I have to brag with this, but we played a Zerg versus Zerg the other day on a map I just made to test it out, and I actually beat him once. Yes, I beat him once, and then we played another game and he just owned me. But I did beat him once. It's happened, but it's Zerg versus Zerg. Anything can happen. So I don't know if it's... Yes, Byleth even saying that he's first on ladder. So when you're playing versus Tasteless, you want to throw in as much. I was gonna say swag, but it's not really swag, but as much creds as possible, I suppose. Byleth's gonna go for hatch first, and Tasteless is not denying it. Interesting. Tasteless wants to make sure he gets the spawning pool timing, and he sees there's no spawning pool. He's actually gonna go for a Nexus first, which I like. Seeing there is no spawning pool. Or oops, hitting that P button there. So go Nexus. No, there we go. There we go. So he's probably gonna see a Forge Fast expand from here on out. You can't really go for a 2-gate, like fast next into 2-gate. I don't think that really works. You can't go for like a 2-gate pressure with themselves and then expand, getting a forge later on for potential mass hydroling. But here comes the forge. It's gonna wall off this nice little choke, and we're gonna have this is a really nice day. First I cast the Pros versus Terran, then I cast the Terran versus Zerg, and now this is the Protoss versus Zerg. Slow down, Cepheus. Slow down. And that's really cool. One of each matchup. Perfect day. I'm glad I spent it with you. Another pylon coming up. I guess that's normal. Yes, it is. I'm just retarded. Oh, he went Nexus first, so he's been making so more probes than I'm used to. I'm not used to seeing the pylon so early. That probe has been alive for a long time, and I think this is on an older patch again. Yes, this is a little bit of an older game. We're not going to notice that too much because neither Protoss nor Zerg underwent big changes in the last patch. It was mostly a Terran who got more changes. Except for the Baning will be in this game. I don't think the Baning will be used at all versus Protoss. It's not very common. It can work versus masses of Zealots and maybe dropping for Baning bombs. But the Baning is a little bit of history right now. I'm not going to say it's complete history because we're still working on ideas to get the Baning back. None of the ideas we're working on so far has proven to be like super duper. They're proven to be decent, and with some rework they might get into the game. Let me just check something real quick. Oh, and they paused as well. Well, they didn't pause for as long. Okay. Oh yeah, Tasteless was trying out to figure out how many workers he wanted to have per base. An ideal number per base is about 12 to 16 workers, I think. If you have 16 workers on both bases and you're not expanding, that's not usually too good. You want to expand soon or go for some sort of timing push. But you don't really need more than like 8 to 12 workers per base if you have a lot of bases. Any worker more than 8, if you can move it to another base, is good. But it's not like if you have 8 workers on each base then you have to expand to get any economy. Does he have like open here and here? This is... No, I think it's tight here. Why does he rally his zealot here and not there? That's really weird. So he saw the third base. Yes, he did. So he knows there's no like super early hydro busting coming, which is incredibly important information for Protoss to know. He's still putting up the second cannon just to be safe. Yeah, 15 probes is... Yeah, that's very good saturation though. But you can actually have, with 8 patches, you can actually have, this is only 7, but with 8 patches, you can actually have up to 24 workers before you hit a maximum ceiling. Oh yes, there is a space on each side of this. This is not the greatest wall, to be honest. The Great Wall of Tasteless. So that's important to know, though, that you can oversaturate quite a bit. He's making a couple of sport crawlers. Has he seen a Stargate? No, he hasn't. He's just being super safe. I guess he's just used to his opponent going Stargates, getting a ton of Corsairs and just killing every single Overlord and just wanting to be safe. That makes sense, but it was a little bit overreactionary, perhaps. Very little gas from Byleth. No Lariat either. This is a really weird build. He's just going to stay on Hatchery Tech for a long time, just getting tons and tons of economy, and he really should get a couple of macro hatchets so he can just start swarming out Zerglings and Hydralisks. I feel like he's going to stick on this round. In the meantime, Tasteless might be going for some sort of speed lot rush, and he wants to get his +1 up. He wants to get his leg up, and just to point it out, Tasteless isn't just doing some random build. Both Tasteless and Artosis have been practicing a lot and trying out a lot of strats and builds, timing out chrono boosts and stuff. And I thought he was going to chrono boost his Forge, and not too much his Twilight Council to have them match more. But the point is that these aren't just putting the Templar guys right under the Overseer. He's not hiding anything, but he's a little bit scared of Mutalisks, which is understandable. The same way as Byleth is scared of Corsairs, although Byleth has a lot more information than Tasteless does at this time. There's a lot of Zealots, and he can push out with them now. That's going to be a little bit scary. Does Byleth know? He's making 16s with his Zerglings. He kind of senses it, though. I think you can even see if this thing is researching. So Zealot's legs are done. They get over there so fast. Man, these units are so fast. But there's a ton of Zerglings here already. They're going to start attacking the Zealots head on. I don't know if this is enough Zerglings, but they're going to get a good surround. They're going to separate the Zealots into two little groups. They're going to get one of them quite nicely over here, while the other group is actually going to be able to deal with the Zerglings. There is something in Starbow called the Rift ability, where you can like recall units that are in peril. And Tasteless knows about this, but he usually forgets it because it's kind of like good mode. But I really like this position from the Zealots, though. He shouldn't have moved out. He was so nicely tucked in back there. He shouldn't really have moved out of that position. Here comes more Zerglings, but actually, man, +1 attack Zealots is really good. I don't think he had +1 attack at the beginning of that combat, actually, and that's why it didn't go as well as it did now. I think he wasn't expecting Zerglings to come so quickly. I was hoping he could get a little bit closer so his +1 could finish. Is he going to go out again? He's going to try and go for the third base now, which has a macro hatchery, and I like that. Especially with this situation that Byleth is working towards. He's working towards 3 very well saturated bases. You want to start getting a lot of macro hatches because you're going to have a big economy, and you want to make sure you get maximum production. And Protoss really needs to hit before that production kicks in and try to do some economic damage, or else it's just going to be leagues behind. He's actually going to get a third expansion here, actually, and he's going to probably get up, but he's going to lose a lot of Zealots. It's kind of hard to say because Zealots do so well when they're +1, but they're all so damaged now, so yes, they're all going to go down. The Swarm Queen doing a lot of damage, 18 damage per shot versus ground. That's okay, yeah, when it's enraged, of course. Queens and Starbow doesn't attack all the time, they only attack when they are activated, and it costs 35 energy, and it doesn't last forever either, so it's a sacrifice that Zergus has to make the Queen a very potent enemy force. And so it's gonna die violently and fight for ire, but oh, these Photon Cannons are gonna be too late, and here comes the Zerglings. This map is not that big, and rushing from one end to the other is quite quick. And I think Tesla's just gonna have to cancel this base. Unfortunately, here comes some Zealots though, but I don't think it's enough to. It's enough to drive off these Zerglings, but I think they're gonna get nabbed Nexus first. Is he gonna commit? He's not committing to the Nexus, so but he still might get it. Oh, it's gonna be so close. Yeah, he's gonna get the Nexus. Oh, cancels it. Nice of Tasteless to cancel that though. He's gonna try and get another probe in there, but in the meantime, we gotta run by in the main base. Gonna grab a High Templar. That's really big for Byleth actually, and he's gonna get it. I don't know if he's going to get anything else though, because there is a couple of cannons here already, and yeah, that's really hard to deal with. Why is he going for the cannons? Yeah, that's not going to work. In the meantime though, one pesky Zergling is chipping away. It's like, your base is under attack, and you see this one Zergling just poking at the Nexus, like, yeah, whatever. Oh, there's another one. Okay, 2 Zerglings can do something, and it's still warping in, and it might actually be able to deny this cannon. Yep. That's annoying. Oh, and it's bringing every single Zealot and High Templar back. We're gonna storm these 2 Zerglings down to smithereens. To use a word that's fairly well used these days, isn't it? Oh, if he can get enough creep out, he can't really put cannons the places he wants to. That's kind of annoying. Ooh, but in the meantime, actually, Byleth has tried to sneak in a 4th base, and Tasteless is discovering it. And I don't think he's too happy about it. So, Tasteless is in a little bit of a supply block here. unfortunately. He's gonna sneak in. Oh, he's a sneaky probe. He's gonna sneak in a pile. I don't think he's gonna cannon rush from over here. I can't really see that being effective. But he might throw up a couple of gateways and build some zealots or something and do some harassment. Let's see what he's gonna do with this. Kind of curious. I'm not gonna blame him if he doesn't put up anything right away because his attention is probably somewhere else right now. He's trying to push the third base at the same time. There's Ultralisk out already. That was fast. Man, that nurturing swarm. That does speed up the tech. And this is a very potent push, so I don't think Ultralisks are going to be able to deal with this. There's a lot of +2, Zealots deal 20 damage per hit. That's a lot of damage from Zealots. These Ultralisks go down so fast. Some nice storms there. In the meantime, nothing happening here. The Zealots are going down. I mean, the Ultralisks. Gonna storm. That was kind of random storms though, but make sure those drones couldn't retreat. I feel the storms are coming a little bit too rapid. The storms last so long in Starbow. You can't like storms. Rapid storms are overlapping each other too much since they don't stack the damage. You want to wait a little bit longer between each storm in Starbow. And even a Dark Templar coming in the fray. If he can kill off, yeah, he's gonna kill the Overseer. If he can kill this thing too, Spore Color, that's what it's called. Then the Dark Templar could roam freely across the land, wreaking havoc wherever he sees fit. And random Zealots being rallied over. I don't know if I agree with this because there is random Zerglings trying to pick off the random Zealots. And we have to do some probability calculation here to see what's going to happen with all this randomness. But Tasteless for sure is getting down this third base. It's either random or it's for sure. You know? I can't even say that properly, I'm Norwegian, but whatever. I'm gonna try and do my gangster English in Norwegian. I like that Tasteless finally got this base up. There's still an Overlord just lurking above, seeing everything that's happening. And here we go, a gateway is being morphed in. That took a while, but it's there. He's been busy with other stuff. That's understandable, but he needs to get out of there. There's Zerglings down here, there's more Zerglings up here, and he's gonna get completely sandwiched. There is this Dark Templar who's just gonna head out and be like, I'm done, I'm out of here. Recall the units back home. He doesn't remember about that ability. Okay, but here comes more units though to try and help a lot of Dragoons now to deal with the Ultralisks. In the meantime, Dark Templar could do a lot of damage here. There's no reason. Oh, suddenly an Ultralisk to defend. Yeah, Ultralisks deal damage quite quickly versus Dark Templars, but it's gonna get away. In the meantime, though, Dragoons are the Zealots or Zerglings are bringing the Dragoons back to their knees, and reinforcements come and save it. So Byleth this is his third base now. He hasn't been able to get this one back up again. Maybe he could try and get this base up, but Byleth is having a hard time getting anything up this game. Dark Templar going in. We could do some. No, he's probably not going to do any damage. It's very well defended here from Byleth. This doesn't detect all the way over here though, but these do detect, and this one should be able to deal with this Dark Templar. We could try and sneak his way around. He will sneak his way around. No, don't stand there. Oh yeah, this one doesn't detect there. So this Dark Templar is going to do some damage. In the meantime, Ultralisks are killing the main army of Tasteless. Kind of. And by kind of, I mean no, Tasteless is going to hold this, especially with this Dark Templar. It's so dark, you can't even see it. Okay, so, what did I just say? More Dark Templars here though. Tasteless likes his Dark Templars, and that's pretty much the only effective unit he can build out of this gateway. Does he know about this gateway? He doesn't know about the gateway. That's incredible. Like, how does these Dark Templars get here so quickly? Just one at a time being churned out. But this Ultralisk is really good at. It's a good Dark Templar defense. This Ultralisk on creep regenerating too. Man, that's so annoying. Oh, he's gathering them up over here with an Archon. Okay, so two Archons. I mean, one Archon and two Dark Templars should probably take an Ultralisk out. He just will attack at the same time. How much Ultralisks are so tough, man. Oh, and he transfuses the Ultralisk a couple of times too with the Queen because he hasn't been macroing. Wow, really nice from Byleth. In the meantime, Tasteless is going to try and get this base up, but I think it's going to be denied. They're at each other's throats here. Like, they haven't really been able to get too many bases up. Tasteless has been on 3 bases for a disturbing amount of time, though. From Byleth's point of view, it's very bad when Protoss can stay on 3 bases for so long, and you are stuck on 3 bases yourself. But at least he's going to deny his 4th base. Fortunately, this Dark Templar might actually do some damage. He's finding... Oh, wait, there's a gateway over here. Ultralisk is very happy to find that gateway. And we got Mutalisk switching coming. Interesting. Some people call it just a muta switch, but I want to be posh and go all the way and say mutalisk switch. Jurglings. Okay. So yes, that base was denied. Tasteless might be looking to take this one. He might be maybe want to get that base. Observer is here to check the creep tremors, but it's also there to witness and behold the death of these zealots, which will be tragic and swift. No, the zealots will live again, and his brothers and I. No, poor zealot, dying at the very end there, but one of them will live. And the Zerglings have to run out of there again. Zergling Ultralisk is the composition that Byleth likes. He got there really fast and he's staying with it. In the meantime, we got 3 incredibly annoying Mutalisks. Oh, that's the most annoying Mutalisks ever. No, go into the cannons. You don't want. Oh, Byleth's not paying attention. He's gonna lose the annoying ones. The annoying ones. I can remember the Heart of the Sword mission like with the ancient one. These 3 are called the annoying ones. Treat them with respect. Okay, a lot of Zerglings and Ultralisks incoming here, and they might be able to deal with this force because it's not that big, and you might even be able to run by. Oh, a huge storm hitting there! Wow, Tasteless is almost holding this with just a few units he had there. Now that the reinforcements are coming, it's just gonna be fine. And that was a huge blow to Byleth's army size. He got really nothing left now. He's getting this base up. He's actually getting this base up, but that's it. Byleth's like, okay, I lost all my units. Tasteless got this huge army, and he can just push anytime. There's nothing I can do about it. And that's it. Tasteless taking this game from Byleth. Well played.